My name is Christopher Duarte, otherwise known as Parasite, and I've been competing in Call of Duty for 6 to 7 years.
My name is Anthony Nameless Wheeler, and I've been playing Call of Duty since 2006.
My name is Marcus Merks Carter, and I've been playing competitive Call of Duty for about 4 years.
My name is Tosh Stainville McGruder, and I've been playing Call of Duty competitively since 2007.
I'm Ben, I'm with FPSGeneral, and thanks for stopping by. Today I have the Curse Las Vegas Pro Team for Call of Duty. How are you guys doing today?
Fantastic, man. Just excited to compete, and we played our first match, won 3-0, so we're really hyped to keep going in the tournament.
Yeah, that last Blitz match, you just fucked them up. You absolutely did. That was awesome. Alright, so let's get started. First off, what made you guys really get into gaming? We can go from left to right. Start with you, Chris.
I got into gaming while I was young. I started playing the Nintendo 64 and all those, really old systems. And I gradually just kept going with the next generation. I got into Call of Duty, and I met friends online on Xbox Live, and they told me about websites such as Game Battles and stuff like that. And I just kept going and competed and met all these guys who have been playing for ages, and eventually I just started competing.
I started playing on Call of Duty 2 on Xbox 360 in 2006, and I played pubs pretty much all I would play in the split screen with a couple of my friends from home, and I would watch Halo on TV. It was on G4, and I figured out what MLG was, and that led into figuring out what Game Battles was, and I played the ladders and just built my way up through there.
I started back in 2008 playing Rainbow Six Vegas 1, and that's where I started, and I noticed I was really good at pubs. And from then on, I just took it a lot serious and started playing Game Battles, and that's where it began.
I started with the kickoff of Xbox Live actually on Rainbow Six 3. Since then, I've played Halo 2, Halo 3, and WoW competitively going into Call of Duty, and now I've been with Call of Duty since 2007.
Parasite, you used to be with Unite, right?
Mm-hmm.
And before that, I believe you were Impact, correct?
Yeah, Impact, then back for Eco, yeah.
Yeah. And the rest of you guys, what other pro teams have you guys belonged to?
I was on Unite, and previously, before Unite, I was on Quantic.
Okay.
Me, yeah, for Rico, then Impact, and then I finally joined the family. Curse.
Here's my baby.
I was on Envy for about 5 years, going into this year, and then mid-year I switched to SOAR, played with TK for a little bit, and I'm on Curse.
What do you guys think about Curse New York?
Great team. I think they're extremely powerful at domination. I think somebody on that team needs to step up and become the leader, and kind of like direct things going on, because I watch them play sometimes, and they don't really have leadership. But I think if somebody can, if Twiz can take that leadership role, then they will be so good.
Yeah,
all the talent's there.
I either think that they need like somebody that is an in-game leader, or even a coach that just takes control and keeps them organized. Because you look at the talent on that team, and they're all kind of quiet guys. Like they don't really step up. They're not the type of guys say, "Hey, let's go, let's do this." Except for Twiz. Twiz is probably the main one that does that. He's the more vocal player on the team. But then you got John, who's a young talent, so he will probably not be the guy to step up. Assassins, who's a veteran, which he's a quiet guy. If he was more vocal, I think he'd be really good at it, because he's got years and years of experience. He's probably been playing as long as Stainville has, and Nameless. So, if he were to step up, that'd be a really good job. And then BL Fire, again, is young talent, but they just don't fit that leadership role. So, if you look at the respawn game mode, Dom, really good. Search and Destroy, where you need that leadership, they're kind of lacking in it. And then Blitz is another respawn game mode, which they're pretty good at.
Cool. Who would you say is your guys' leader?
All of us. We all step in at times.
Yeah, I would say that.
Yeah.
And it depends on the game types. And domination, me or Tosh will say a lot of things, because we've been playing Dom for so long. Search and Destroy is Parasite's bread and butter, and he calls the shots a lot. And then Marcus makes the plays for us. So if we're going to do a push, and if there's an opening on the map, Marcus is the first guy. He's going to see that opening, and he's going to tell us, we can push this. And that's when he steps up. So it really depends on the situation, what's going on the map.
I think a lot of the time, Nameless, when we're doing really well, he steps up. Wherever we're doing really well and we're all hyped, he steps up as leadership, and he just gets really vocal and loud. I think whenever we start to lose or start falling apart, I think that's when Tosh steps in, because he keeps us calm, and he's like he makes us keep our composure. In terms of Search and Destroy, I'm typically the one to step in and call, all right, wait, all right, push. And then he usually just sends in, I'm like, go here, win a gunfight, because that's what you're good at. And that's usually how we play the game.
Yeah, in Search and Destroy, Tosh and and Parasite kind of direct me and Marcus like torpedoes. We just go in there and do us.
Charge!
So, what do you guys think of COD Ghost? Do you think it's a step back from Black Ops 2?
Definitely.
Definitely. I think the whole thing about Ghost is that they just gave us an unfinished product and sold it for $60. I feel like they gave us a beta in a disc form.
Oh, calm down. Can't just be shitting on it.
Listen, we have to play it for a year, so it's pretty good. All right, it's a playable game.
The gameplay's good.
All right, here's the thing. Infinity Ward has never backed us ever until this game. They're stepping in. They're trying to do something. You know, they're giving us events. You know, they're working with MLG. They're hearing us out. We got a COD Esports setting. They're doing a couple things better. Like now you can actually just press start on LAN and the COD Esports rules just pop up. You don't have to configure any rules. So that gets rid of about 2 minutes of configuration. Mm-hmm. So I mean, that's one thing I thought was really cool they brought in. The broadcaster mode, a little bit of tweaks. This is the first, V1 broadcaster mode. I think that's, something they can work on. Before Champs, they'll probably polish that up. And then the clan versus clan thing, it sounds really cool. It debuts on Monday after this event, and I think that'll be cool. So, I mean, Infinity Ward's stepping up a little bit. It's a good game in some aspects, but it's a step back in other aspects from Black Ops.
No, you're 100% right, and no doubt, like, I can guarantee any of the pros appreciate the fact that they're going in and putting in all these esports features. I mean, it shows that they're caring and they're trying, but it really feels like they did it when making the game. They didn't really take us into consideration at all until after the game was released, and then they started to realize, oh, we forgot this. So, I mean, I appreciate the fact that they're going back and trying to fix these things, but then again, they should have really, tried to polish these things and put these things in prior. And I do understand it's kind of weird because we're the 1% of competitors and people that play the game and buy it, but I mean, in my opinion, the people that play this game the most and understand the most are the professionals. And if you got our feedback and made the game, I honestly think the people that played it casually would enjoy it that much more because of, less things that don't need to be in the game that just ruin it for other people.
I don't know. What was the question again? They're ranting on it. What do I think about COD Ghost? I think it's a great game. Yeah, I agree with them. I think a little bit of things could be fixed on. Just generally, it's a good game. I have nothing wrong with it. I actually enjoyed it a lot. So.
Yeah, the flow is a little bit better. I don't really like the mechanics of the game though. I've had a lot more issues sometimes with just small things like jumping through windows, gunplay. I die a little bit too fast, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It changes.
Yeah.
What about you, Tosh?
Yeah, it feels like we're playing a different game, but I mean, at the beginning of Call of Duty, usually no one likes the new Call of Duty because no one likes adjusting. Mm-hmm. So I think this is the first Ghost. It's not Modern Warfare 4. So I think hopefully they'll start building and adding more esports features, and hopefully by mid-season it'll be a really good game.
Yeah, it's a completely different engine. Is another thing you got to take into account. So it doesn't really feel like any other Call of Duty we've ever played.
Yeah.
I'm more looking forward to their future games. This is the first time Infinity Ward has ever cared about esports, and they did it after release. Next time it'll probably be built into the game, so they don't have to go out of their way and do it later.
We just got to show them that we can be successful even if the game isn't what we thought it would be. We just got to push through.
Become self-sustaining.
Yeah, exactly. Become a self-sustaining community as professional players and just keep going, and then they'll think about us when making the game this time.
I don't know how long that was.
Currently, I'm in school right now. I'm taking 12 credit hours. I'm taking the next semester off to get settled in the house and everything. But after that, I'm gonna be doing online classes. Whether it takes me 5, 6, 7 years to get my degree, I'll have it. Whatever. But I'm gonna keep doing esports. It's my passion. Pursue it. If it fails, I'll drop back and finish college. But I figure, while the opportunity's here to capitalize on this as much as I want.
The way I'm rolling with this is I pretty much just gave up, school and all that stuff, and I said, if I want to become successful in this, I got to give my all. I can't, share my time with any other things, and I'm just pursuing esports 100%. I mean, if I stop competing at some point in the next few years, and maybe I can work with an organization, stuff like that, maybe even own my own team. I mean, I know what players want, I know what players need. And I think I could do a really good job of that, or provide something like that to other companies such as Curse. Like, what if I was competing with Curse for a few years and then decided to quit? Maybe I could work with them, stuff like that. I love esports. I love the environment. I love the people in it, and I can hope to continue working with this for my whole entire life.
I'm pretty much in the same boat. I mean, I started college back when I was playing Call of Duty 4 and decided that I couldn't manage my time as well with both and give it my all. So I kind of stopped going to school and decided to continue to play. But when I'm done, I want to stay kind of in esports community. Through esports, I've already started a marketing company with a couple other players and personalities, and I own a percentage of certain teams, and I continue to play out the business role while I'm playing as long as I can.
He's doing it right.
Yeah, I think that'd be awesome to be staying esports for a career.
What about gaming in general? Like maybe just get a career in gaming after like Call of Duty, if Call of Duty got in the decline.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely. If they offered me, why not?
You
Appreciate you a degree for most of those things. No, like
5 years
not
down.
competing.
I was just in
like
the gaming industry.
making the game or
Oh, yeah, that'd be awesome.
providing
As an advisor or something for
Oh
esports.
yeah, that'd be dope.
Yeah, like
Where-
Astro did.
perfect.
That'd be
Perfect.
I'd do it.
Yeah. What about say hypothetically 2 years from now, because of COD goes sucking and they don't fix it, Battlefield 4 or Battlefield 5, I guess would be out by then, would take over as the primary esport for FPS. Would you play it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I think Call of Duty, one thing that people don't understand about Call of Duty, they think it's like a really easy game just because of the way people die. But I don't think they understand the brain power that goes into playing Call of Duty, and I'm pretty sure all the professionals that actually do play it understand it. Like it's all about your movement, where you position yourself, your timing, and stuff like that. So, in my opinion, if you're gonna move from a game and try to compete in another FPS, I think if you're good at Call of Duty, I think it would help you a lot in other games because you'll have that mindset that a lot of other games might lack. So I mean, like if you went to Battlefield, it's a really tactical game. I think being a Call of Duty professional will help you. You can use Crimsix as an example. He's been pro in Halo and he's pro in Call of Duty. So I mean, that guy is like just natural FPS talent, and I'm pretty sure it's because of his mindset. I mean, it's easy, I guess, if you.
What about me?
Yeah, he
Marcus
was
is
pro
right.
Rainbow.
And, he's pro Rainbow. I totally forgot about that.
Marcus, you
Hey, Ben, can I weigh in here? Can I weigh in on this question?
Absolutely. You might want to step a little closer to the mic.
Yeah, so at Curse, to be honest, we don't look at it as a COD team. I look at it as a first-person shooter organization. We call ourselves Curse COD right now, but the first-person shooter genre as part of esports, when you look at all the different genres, we have sports sims, we have fighters, we obviously have MOBAs. You're going to see probably some type of real-time strategy game make a comeback, and then FPS. And so from a first-person shooter perspective, we concentrate on COD right now. But I've told these guys I want them to be prepared, and we're prepared as an organization. If we need to pivot, we can pivot. So I just want to make it clear on that we don't look at ourselves as one-dimensional. We look at ourselves being ready to do what it needs to be done inside of esports.
You want to introduce yourself to
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm Chris Blevins, Curse Blevdog. I'm the GM of FPS operations right now at Curse COD. But thanks.
Cool man of the hour.
Yeah,
Right there.
if I could weigh in on that. I think what Chris said about transitioning to the game, using your brain. Obviously, when playing, people spectators probably don't understand how much we think when we play. And I think picking up a new game as a team, we have that chemistry. We just have to figure out the game, just figure out how it plays, how it works. And
Just figure out.
look at the Halo team that's here, Primal. They just came out of open bracket. They beat teams who've been playing for 6-7 years in Call of Duty. And they were top Halo players, and now look at them on this game because they have that, those skills that carried over from Halo. And once they get those skills that all the COD players have from playing over the years, they can be a top force, in the community.
Yeah, I don't think Battlefield's seen the competition the Call of Duty seen.
Nope.
Last season, not Black Ops 2 season, but MW3 season when I quit, I actually switched over to Battlefield because they announced a $1.6 million tournament. And my team was like a consistent top 2 team. There's only one other team that contest with us in the game. Eventually the tournament never happened, so I switched back to Call of Duty. But switching over, it's very simple. The Battlefield pros are not on the same level.
Yeah, you just gotta
at all.
figure out the nuts and bolts. I mean, you already got the aesthetics
The
figured
only
out.
thing
Just
they
figure
can
out
do
the
better than
insides.
us is fly a helicopter. That's about it.
I figure as long as I'm using an Xbox controller and I'm grinding the game, I'll be good at it.
Yeah, what about Titanfall 2? That'd be an awesome
Dude.
game to go to, right?
I think that Titanfall 1 will probably not have MLG in
Yeah,
it.
it won't be competitive.
It might be
It's
have
fun,
GBs. It'll have GBs. That's what I'm
I've
talking
heard
about.
the game called Destiny that's coming out for Xbox One, PC, and all that
It's
stuff.
like a
It's
new
gonna
Halo
be.
type game.
It's
Oh,
gonna be.
Destiny?
It's made by Bungie.
Yeah.
The guys that made Halo.
There's gonna be a lot of
when Halo was
potential.
good.
And Activision.
And
It's
Activision.
Call of Duty
Bungie and
Halo.
Activision are making this game. So,
Okay.
and they said they already announced that they're focusing really on the competitive play. So I mean, hey, Activision and Bungie working together, that's just gonna be a mind blowing game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think a lot of developers are really starting to see the value in esports, and I'm really happy about that because that's just going to give us more options to go compete. I mean, we could sit here and play Call of Duty events as our main game, but hey, Titanfall has a tournament. Let's go play Titanfall. Let's go.
So let's see. What do you guys have plans over the next year? Probably for Curse.
Well, right now, Columbus, I'm just so focused on that, it's hard to think about it. But after this, we got UMG Philly, which is January, I think, 3rd to 5th, pretty sure, yeah. And after that, you know, we got to wrap up things at our own house and stuff. And at the end of January, early February, we're going to move to Las Vegas, you know, get settled. And then mid-February, the COD Champs grind begins. And that's full focus on COD Champs.
I'd like to think of our team as a train. We're going to go from event to event to event. We're going to settle in the house. That's our pit stop. Get all the nuts and bolts fixed out. And then hit the events hard for the rest of the year.
It's going to be consistent too.
Yeah.
According to my sources, there's going to be an event every 6 weeks.
Yeah.
So events, content,
wow.
events, content, events, content. That's going to be our life.
A big change that we need to, you know, really let people know is content. Right now, we're throwing videos up, you know, at our leisure, streaming when we play. I'm throwing videos up maybe once every 4 or 5 days. He's throwing a couple videos up a day. I know Tosh is on his grind. We're all streaming, but once we get in the house, it's going to be a lot of content. Not normal, just, you know, commentaries. It's going to be a lot of content.
Yeah, we're gonna have shows planned out, weekly shows. We're gonna have a lot of stuff.
Can't wait.
Trips to Chipotle, trips to the gym.
You know, we actually
me running on a treadmill.
Right? Oh, dude, that'd be hilarious.
The Curse Family Feud. The Curse Family Feud is kind of an example of cool things that we're going to be doing. That was actually Chris Blevins. He thought of that, and we're going to be coming up with, you know, more cool plans like that. So be on the lookout for that.
All right. Do you have any advice to people at home that are interested in getting into esports?
If you're going to get into esports, I mean, make sure you got a side plan. And if you see that you have real potential, then give it your all, man. I mean, while you're young and you have the potential to become something great, you know, follow the dream, dude. If it's really something you really want to do, give it your all, man. Because we were all at that point where we just decided, hey, I'm good at this. I think I could, you know, make some money. I think I could be somebody in esports.
Yeah,
go for it.
Definitely. I think first things first. Figure out what you want to do. Whether you want to compete, whether you want to work for a team, whether you want to, you know, spectate, be a fan, and, you know, just be involved in the community. But once you figure that out, I think you need to just come to an event, experience it, see how it feels. You know, if this is something you would want to be doing every, you know, other month, and, you know, if the people in the community are people that you like, and then just figure out what you want to do through there.
Just think to yourself, could you live this life that these people do? Could you be going to events every few weeks? Could you see yourself on that main stage where you get fried in? Could you see yourself traveling across the world to play Call of Duty? Do you enjoy Call of Duty? Could you see yourself doing it for multiple hours a day? Stuff like that.
And the players that are already involved in it, I think there's two different mindsets when you're trying to compete. There's players that play all day thinking that's what you need to do to win, and there's players that play all day and they're constantly working on flaws in their game, and that's the pros. We're not just playing to have fun. We don't play pubs. We're not just playing, you know, 8s to just have fun and enjoy the game. We're playing to better ourselves and fix the problems that we have, and I think that's the difference between amateurs and pros.
Yeah, one thing I want to weigh in about that is that's a big problem with a lot of people in the community. I think when you're at home and you're practicing, try out new things and play to get better. Don't play to win. I mean, that might sound weird. I mean, your goal is eventually to win. Even if you're scrimming, you want to win the scrim. But try out new things and find out people's tendencies, what they push, how to play certain situations. Put yourself in awkward situations on the map. Do it just to see if you can get out of it. It just only will make you better. It will test your skills. You'll see what you need to improve on. Don't just, you know, play by the book. Play by the book at events, but always try to mix it up on online while you're practicing at home.
Yeah,
Always try to create a new one at home. That's really what it is.
Yeah. Honestly, man, I would say if it's your dream and it's a passion, man, I would say honestly go for it, man. I think I can say for all four of us, at one point our parents were breathing down our necks, telling us to get jobs, to get us on video games, man. So
right now.
I'd say go for it, man. It's an awesome feeling to be up there on stage and have these people support us, man. It honestly is.
Yeah, and then even if you have your parents where, you know, your parents don't support your gaming, I mean, if you really want to do it, if you feel that deep passion inside, you know, go for it. Do whatever you can. You get a side job, try to rack up some money, and go get yourself to an event if you really think you have a fighting chance. I mean, I got lucky. I told my mom, hey, Mom, could I go to this event? I'm really good. I swear I can come back with money and I'll pay you back. And I mean, that's what I did. I ended up coming home from events that she paid for back when I was young, and I paid her back. When I won the COD Champs, I made sure that I compensated her for supporting me so much because, I mean, in honesty, my mom's my #1 fan. She loves me so much.
I'm your #1 fan.
You're my #1 fan? So, thanks, man. Thanks, man. But anyways.
Touch there.
On behalf of Curse Las Vegas, we'd like to give a great shout out to all our sponsors and supporters.
Yeah, I want to thank Elgato, Burn Controllers, and FPSGeneral.
Yeah, once again, we just want to thank you. Thank you guys for the support. Thank you guys for the love. It means a lot, and we definitely love it.
And special thanks to Curse for being the organization to pick us up and send us out here and really support us.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.